guys! So today I quickly wanted to talk about a few different mechanical pencils that I've tried. So I'm going to start out with the Covergirl Perfect Point Plus Eye Pencil. On the packaging, this was described as a water-resistant, long-lasting liner, self-sharpening, with a smooth, blendable color. For the most part, it held up to everything it said, at least well enough for me to use it for a year straight, happily, as a very satisfied customer. Which was partially because I didn't know there was better things out there, and also because overall it is a good pencil liner. So pros to this are how truly easy this is to use. The formula is extremely rich and smooth, making it almost effortless to apply. The color goes on dark and consistent, and the whole Perfect Point Plus, as well as self-sharpening, are great ways to describe it. It actually doesn't come out pointy as if you just sharpened it, but because the actual liner is kind of thin and so easy to work with, it was always great when it came to drawing on thicker or thinner or more defined lines. I especially loved it when it came to winging out my eyeliner. Using this was probably the fastest I could ever get my eyeliner done, with it still looking almost perfect and exactly how I wanted it. So what are the cons? It didn't really hold up when it came to the long lasting part. Even though it is water resistant, I think this was made more for being a blendable liner than anything else. So on one hand, it's great because it's smooth and creamy and easy to use, but on the other, that also means I have smearing with it and creasing. So unfortunately, I've had to move on from this to bigger and better things, more truly long-lasting things, but I would still stand by this as my favorite pencil liner, and I would highly recommend this to people who maybe aren't into the whole super tough stay on your lid no matter what eyeliners, or also to people who are maybe just looking for something really easy to use. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the Maybelline New York Unstoppable eyeliner. I say it like that because that's how they have it on here. Unstoppable is how I read it in my mind. So on the packaging for this, it said things like smudge proof, waterproof, stays put all day, holds your look in place until you remove it, self-sharpening, easily lines and defines. So the pros are, it's definitely long lasting, definitely waterproof. Unstoppable is a great word to describe it, because once this stuff is on, it's on. It does glide on smoothly initially, but I find that the formula is a little more dry with this one. Other cons with this, and unfortunately for me it had more cons than pros. While it did stay put for the most part all over my lid, I did have some smearing in my inner corner, and after a full day of wearing it, I would end up with a little bit of the raccoon eye look. Not the prettiest thing in my opinion. My number one complaint though would be that it is not self-sharpening. The actual liner is kind of wide, and after just a couple times of using it, the top would start to flatten out, making it nearly impossible for me to make a thin line or wing out my eyeliner. Also, a couple times it broke on me. I don't know if I just had too much of the liner wound up or something, but a few different times I would be sitting there trying to use it and it would break off. That was very frustrating. So would I recommend this? Maybe if you don't need to make any really defined or thin lines, or especially if you don't need to wing out your eyeliner and bring it to a point. And I guess if you're going to be really gentle with it too. I just feel like there's probably better options out there than this. Okay, last but not least, CoverGirl's Outlast Smoothwear All Day Eyeliner. On the packaging it said smudge resistant, built-in sharpener for precise application, glides on effortlessly to ensure smooth application. Okay, honestly guys, I haven't even officially wore this stuff. I originally bought it because I thought maybe it would be a step up from my Perfect Point Plus liner, because you know, it was made by the same brand Covergirl, and it was from the Outlast line, and supposedly was smudge resistant for hours and hours. Guys, I couldn't even get past the first time I tried putting it on. First off, it just seemed really flimsy. The actual wind up is not very sturdy. Sometimes it would wind itself down when I was trying to use it, and the liner actually felt loose in the applicator, which made it hard to make precise lines. And then there was the actual formula, which I just didn't like. It was not consistent. It actually kind of reminded me of how a crayon is. Like when you go to draw it on, there's thicker chunks and then random thinner spots for some reason. I don't really know how else to explain it other than that it just didn't go on evenly. At least that's my opinion. And to top it all off, this was actually more expensive than the Perfect Point Plus. So yeah, the Outlast Smoothwear was not for me. Maybe for you, possibly, but definitely not for me. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Bye!